second thing I love most in life, coffee. I'd like to ask the filmmakers of Black Gold, Nick and Mark Francis, to come up. Again, I've heard they're in the audience. For those of you who don't know, Black Gold is a really strong documentary that looks at the Ethiopian coffee industry and the free trade agreements around the world. The film is really an attack on the major multinational corporations and the way that they have exploited workers in the third world.
It doesn't actually take apart one company in the way how other films have successfully done that. We just want to make it a little bit broader than that. Right from the word go, companies like Starbucks got quite wound up about it.
From the Starbucks memo we received, they said that we paid an average price of $1. This might be a little bit too detailed for tonight because it is Saturday night, but we paid an average price of $1.28 per pound for our coffee, 23% above the commodity price, and comparable with the guaranteed fair trade price of $1.26. So who is right, Starbucks or the film? So?
When the film came out, we were in Seattle, and they invited us to meet them. So we went to the HQ in Seattle and we sat down with several executives around a board table to have a chat. And we asked them that question because they put that out a lot. But again, I don't want to go on the details, but the question is that when you say an average, you buy an average for a pound of coffee, it's very misleading to say the word average, because you can, if you buy 10 coffees, you can get 2 at a very, very high price. You can buy 8 at an extremely low price, and then you get an average. So we don't want to know about averages, you need to know what the mean is. So we asked them what's the highest price you pay and what's the lowest price you pay, and we're still waiting for that answer.
And really, I think it's just a sense of what do the public think? What do people think when they see another side to a story which, isn't in their marketing? I think that's really what it's about. And they see how audiences get quite wound up once they leave the cinema, because they feel they want to do something, and maybe the spin that they're receiving from their day-to-day brands isn't really the whole story.
We're gonna see a clip from the film, but before we do, I just want to ask if it's really true. I was surfing and I read that there was a man at Sundance there's a scene in the film in which a guy talks about the school in Ethiopia and how difficult it is to even buy blackboards, and there was a man in the audience that got up and said, "I'll pay $10,000 to build a new school." Is that true?
Yeah, that was
and has he done that?
He did, yeah. No, he wrote out the check when we left for Q&A. We ended up wiring the money into the main character's bank account back in Ethiopia while he was still there. So they did finish building the school.
It's an amazing story.
We must take the power back from these few people who go into green rooms and manipulate the rest of us.
Trade is more important to us